Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry about the light. Normally, there's sun that is shining through the windows where I'm sitting, and today there is no sun, at least not yet, although I thought it was supposed to be sunny today. So, good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. How are you? I am at one of the Airbnbs where I go for my quarterly retreats. This is not, I love this particular unit. This is called the Ellicott, Ellicott. But this is not my favorite unit in the building, but it's my second favorite. So I'm here. I leave tomorrow. I've been here for my quarterly retreat, getting my goals and my intentions and decisions and actions in place for the final, few weeks of the quarter. So when you're here, say good morning. Let me know that you're here. Good morning. So that's where I am. I'm at the Airbnb. So people know that I've done podcast episodes on it. I have behind the scenes stories in my Instagram story highlights about it. But every quarter, I take myself away on a quarterly retreat. And I do different things for quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four. So I'm in my quarter four retreat. That's what I'm finishing up. I leave tomorrow. And I just kind of like smoothed out a couple of editorial calendar things. I smoothed out some behind the scenes stuff, did some back office stuff. So that's what I've been doing for this quarter. Now in December, I'm going to get my favorite unit. My favorite unit is downstairs. And I have like a week-long end of the year retreat to close out the year and to kick off the next. So watch for that because that's great. But that's where I am. But normally, in fact, I'll give you a little look. So normally, see right across from me, see that pretty window right across from me? Normally, there's a lot of light that's like streaming through, and today it's all foggy. So how are you guys? Good morning. Good morning. So I am talking about something that I talked about last week. So last week, I did my Power Sheet series. How many of you got your Power Sheets? Yes or no? Maybe so. Tell me. Are you still thinking about it? Do you not even know what Power Sheets are? Let me know in the comments and if you're watching on replay. But last week I did my free goal setting series, right? It's my goal setting Power Sheet series where I help you set really meaningful goals and I got a lot of great feedback from last week's event. But no day got the kind of feedback like day 4. So last week I talked about 5 different pieces that can really make the difference in your goal setting. And on one day I talked about backing your goals with intentions. That was the day that I received most of the comments, most of the emails, most of the feedback saying that day changed like the game for everybody. And I know not everybody was part of that. I know not everybody actually even knew that that was a topic that was being discussed. So I thought that I would pull that out and talk about that today. So I've been talking about it actually this week in my posts, but how many of you have caught it? How many of you are here because you think you know the difference and you want to see if you're right? How many of you don't know the difference between a goal and an intention and you're curious? So today, in the post that I put out today in the group, I released my seasonal intentions. So every season, I create intentions. I share 2 of my seasons. I share my fall and I share my spring with you guys. So I call them my spring resolutions and my autumn resolutions. But resolutions to me aren't goals. Resolutions are based on intentions. And so when I was talking about this last week, a lot of people were like, hey, what do you mean back your goal with an intention? Isn't an intention the same thing as a goal? Is the intention the actions that you're going to take to reach the goal? Like what do you mean by back your goal with an intention? And so when I shared that, I mean, again, people, you can go back to that video. People were messaging last week saying, this information is a game changer for me. Like the difference between a goal and an intention, and I've never backed a goal with an intention, and I'm going to do it immediately, and I think this can change my business and life. And then a few days later, I got messages from people saying that it did change their life, saying that they had achieved certain things already that they had never achieved, that they were feeling different ways. And that was like on Wednesday of last week, right? So I thought, okay, I will share that as a separate standalone kind of Rena made me do it weekly Facebook Live episode. So again, when you're here, say good morning. morning. I don't know if the comments aren't working. So if someone can just type hi, that would let me know if the comments are working on StreamYard. But I'm curious, how many of you know the difference between a goal and an intention? Yes or no? Type yes or no in the comments. How many of you know the difference between a goal and an intention? Yes, no, maybe so. You think, you don't think? I'm curious about where you land with that. Hi, Patty. Good morning. I think you were here for this discussion last week, Patty. I think you were here for the day that we talked about the difference between it. So Amanda says, hi, good morning, Amanda. Alyssa says, no, she doesn't know the difference. Okay, so this can be, for people who don't know the difference, this can be a real game changer. So I'm a big believer that you can achieve any goal you set if you have a strategy and the right mindset, right? You can have a goal and you can achieve it with the right strategy and mindset, but only if it's backed with an intention. So it's really important that you understand the difference. So a goal, think of a goal as the thing that you do, okay? So a goal is the thing you're setting out to achieve. Get 3 clients, hit $10,000 in your business, find a partner, whatever, you know, get healthy, lose weight, whatever the thing is, right? That's the goal. The goal is the thing that you're setting out to do. But the intention is a feeling. It's a feeling of how you want to feel once the goal has been achieved. But the reason that that's important is because that must become the feeling that you have as you're achieving the goal, okay? So the goal is the thing that you want to do, and intentions are how you want to feel once the goal is achieved. So Alyssa, what is a goal that you have? I'm curious. What is a goal that you have? Patty, what's a goal that you have? If somebody, or Amanda, what's a goal that you have? If somebody wants to share a goal, then we can kind of talk that through, right? But I gave some examples in a post that I did on Monday. So I printed it out and I just want to share a few. So like, let's say that you want to sign 3 clients. And after you sign the 3 clients, you're going to feel secure. You're going to feel abundant. You're going to feel happy, right? The goal is signing 3 clients. The intention is security, abundance, and happiness. Okay. So let's see. So Alyssa says lose weight. Okay. So I'm going to flip that. So you didn't see the video last week, but somebody in our video about this said, I want to get out of debt. And I'm going to tell you what I told her real quickly. When we word something that's positive, like losing weight is positive, getting out of debt is positive, right? But it's worded in a negative way, meaning the focus is on what you don't want instead of what you want. So what you don't want is weight, but what you want is health, right? So instead of saying I want to lose weight, it's I want to get healthy. Does that make sense? So that way, because getting healthy means losing weight, right? That will be a byproduct of eating nutritious food and getting sufficient sleep and drinking plenty of water and moving more throughout your day and all of that. And what it becomes important because what we focus on expands. So if we're focused on what we don't want when we set a goal, it's going to be almost impossible to reach that goal because all that keeps multiplying around us is what we don't want. So if you say like get out of debt, right? Then all that keeps multiplying is debt. All you see is debt. It feels like debt is popping up every time you turn around, right? Or if you're like, oh gosh, like well, we'll stay with that, right? Or I want to lose weight. All that seems to be around you is weight. All that seems to multiply is weight. So instead it's getting healthy, okay? So we're going to say, all right, getting healthy is the goal for Alyssa, okay? So that's the goal. That's the thing you want to do. How are you going to feel, Alyssa, when you actually achieve that goal? When you've stepped into health, how are you going to feel? Share like a feeling or two about how you're going to feel when you step into that goal. How will you feel? And I see that Patty says, I want to make $10,000 by Christmas. So again, Patty, how will you feel when you've reached $10,000? And I click over to Facebook real quick. Oh, okay, that's Kim. So Kim, when you're working, let's pick one or the other. When you're working 30 hours a week or when you're making $250 a year, right? Like, how will you feel when that happens, right? So Alyssa says more confident. Okay, great. So the goal, Alyssa, is to get healthy. The intention is confidence. Does that make sense? So confidence is what you're going to have, how you're going to feel. You're going to feel confident once you've reached the goal. But here's the thing that we talked about last week that I really want to highlight for people. The process of getting to the goal will be the experience that you have when you reach the goal. So a lot of times we're waiting to achieve a goal to feel a certain way. Okay. So it's like, well, once I'm making this much money, then I'll feel financially secure. Or once I've stepped into health, then I'll feel really confident and outgoing and happy. Or once I've found my partner, right, then I'll feel like I belong, or I'll feel social, or I'll feel loved, or I'll feel whatever, right? So we're waiting till we like achieve the goal to feel the way that we think that that goal will make us feel. But here's the catch there, and it's my favorite quote. I say this every time I talk about this topic, which is the process of getting there is the experience being there. Meaning, let's say that with Patty, when she's making $10,000, she feels calm. Let's say she feels calm and peaceful, okay? But if the process of getting to $10,000 involves Patty working all the time, feeling scarce, being overwhelmed, being stressed out, then even when she's making $10,000 a month, right, or even when she's made that 10,000, she will feel the same way. She will feel overwhelmed and stressed out and tired and burned out, right? If I want to make six figures in my business and the process of getting to six figures involves working all the time and involves like feeling angry and involves like negative feelings or being tired or being exhausted or whatever, then even when I've hit six figures, I'm not going to feel differently. I'm going to feel overwhelmed and tired and exhausted. And the process of making six figures now relies on all of that. It relies on me working all the time. It relies on me feeling negative. It relies on all of that because that's how I got there, right? So usually you don't even get to the goal if you're not allowing yourself to feel the way now that you want to feel when you reach the goal, right? But if you do manage to reach your goal without incorporating the feelings of how you want to feel into the process of getting there, well, what'll happen is you're not going to feel differently when you reach the goal, which is when you get there and you're like, oh, this doesn't, I mean, you're not thinking this consciously, right? But what's happening is you're like, oh, this doesn't really feel the way that I thought it would feel. Like, this isn't feeling how I want it to. Like, maybe it's the next goal, or maybe it's the next thing, or I guess I just need to make some more money, or I need to get this, or I need to reach this milestone. Then I'll feel like I've made it, right? Then I'll feel successful. Then I'll feel like I arrived. Does that make sense, guys? So it's really important that you have a goal and that you set your intention, but you do that by saying, how will I feel once I've reached the goal? How will I feel once I have reached the goal? And then you say, okay, so I now need to make my actual there are two things. I need to make my actual everyday existence incorporate this feeling. And I also need to make sure that the process, the strategy that I'm employing in order to achieve this thing allows me to feel that way too. Right? So Kim says she's going to feel peaceful. Patty says calm and peaceful. Kim says feel free. So do you guys see what I'm saying? And here's why this becomes even more important, right? So once you know the goal, and then you know the intention behind the goal, you can start looking and saying, how can I, there are two questions you ask. Number one is, how can I feel this way every day? Right? So let's stick with Alyssa. And Alyssa wants to get healthy. And when Alyssa is healthy, she's going to feel confident, right? So Alyssa, you need to ask yourself every day, what is one thing I can do today that will allow me to feel confident? What is one thing that I can do today to feel confident today? Does that make sense? It may not be the overall big, huge level of confidence that you're envisioning once you're healthy, right? But there is something you can do to allow yourself to feel confident every day. Something that's in alignment with your time situation, something that's in alignment with your money situation, something that's in alignment with all of your situations, right? There's something that you can do. So if I were to ask you today, Alyssa, what is one thing? It can be tiny. It can take a minute. It can be, I'm going to repeat an affirmation, or I'm going to try something new that's small, or I'm going to just do a thing. Like, whatever it is, what is it that you could do today that allows you to feel confident today? I'd love for you to share. And Patty, what's something you can do today that will allow you to feel calm? And Kim, what's something that you can do today that will allow you to feel peaceful? I want you guys to share that in the comments. Like, so Alyssa, what's something you can do today to feel confident? Patty, what's something you can do today to feel calm? Kim, what is something you can do today to feel peaceful? It might be, I'm gonna, like, for me, when I want to feel calm, I light one of my favorite candles and I turn on some classical music while I'm working, right? I have like non-fluorescent lights on, a candle lit that smells good, and I listen to some really like relaxing music, and that's how I feel calm, right? So it doesn't have to be big or huge. It can be any little tiny thing, but the idea is do something, right? So I see this. I can read my Noom articles. I love that. I like that, Alyssa, a lot. Kim's like, I can meditate, right? And the meditation can be for like 1 minute. So the idea is you really need to get in the habit of, when you have a goal, identifying how you want to feel when you reach the goal, and then do 2 things. So number 1 is, how can I feel this way every day? And the reason that you want to do that is because of like attracts like, the law of attraction, right? You can't be down here on this level and the goal and the results that you're wanting to achieve up on this level and expect to run into it, right? You can't be like, if the results that you're wanting are like this positive, like healthy, happy place, right? Well, you have to be in a positive, healthy, happy place to attract those things, because health isn't attracted to unhealthy, right? Like, I can't be unhealthy to attract healthiness, right? The only way that I can become healthy is by being healthy now, by feeling and thinking and acting like a healthy person now, right? The only way that I can make $10,000 in a month is by acting and feeling and thinking like I already make $10,000 a month, right? The only way that I can be happy is by allowing myself to be happy now, so that I attract the resources and opportunities that make me happy differently, or make me happy on a bigger level, right? I can't stay in an unhappy place and then attract the resources, opportunities, and people that are going to make me happy, right? Yet we do this all the time. We're waiting to feel a certain way, right? We're waiting to feel this way until we've reached the goal. Like, this external thing is going to be what allows us to feel the feelings. And then we wonder, A, why we're never achieving the goal, or why when we achieve the goal, it doesn't feel like we thought, and we just keep goal chasing, right? Patty says, I will work with my diffuser. I also started doing the miracle morning. Great, wonderful, right? So that's number 1, right? So you have a goal, you identify the intention, which is how you're going to feel when you've achieved the goal, and then you do 2 things. We talked about part 1. Part 1 is, how can you feel that way on some level every single day? Because that is the only way that you're going to attract like things of like energy, being people, opportunity, and resources of the same kind of energy. Okay. All right. But the second thing you need to do is the process, is the strategy that I'm employing to reach this goal, right? Allowing me to feel that way. So if Patty wants to make $10,000 and she's feeling peaceful when she's made $10,000, but her strategy is stressful, her strategy is chaotic, right? It's not going to help her reach the $10,000. She has to say, how can I either, if I can't change what I'm doing, right, to reach $10,000, like, let's say I can't change the actions that I'm taking, can I change how I'm doing the actions in order to feel peaceful? So you either change the actions in your strategy, or you change how you're executing on those actions so that you can feel the way that you want to feel now. Does that make sense? So with Alyssa, sorry guys, you guys know my allergies like act up like crazy, especially when I'm here in Occoquan. So especially with Alyssa, right? Or let's use Alyssa as an example. Alyssa says, when I'm healthy, I'm going to feel confident. So 2 things she would do is say, what can I do to feel confident today overall? What's one small thing that I can do to feel confident now, to feel confident today? But then she needs to look at her strategy, right, for how she's stepping into health. So that may be things like movement and eating and all of this stuff, right? But let's focus on the movement. Let's say she has an exercise plan or an exercise strategy. But when she's implementing that particular method of exercising, she doesn't feel confident. Let's say she goes to a gym and she's trying to use different equipment, and Alyssa has no idea how to use it. I'm totally making this up. Alyssa may know how to use every piece of equipment in her gym, right? But let's say she's going to the gym and she doesn't know how to do certain things, and there are all of these people that are like experts at weights, and she's not feeling confident, right? Then that process is not going to allow her to feel the way that she wants to feel, meaning it's going to be harder for her to be consistent with the strategy, to be consistent with the process. If your process and your strategy doesn't let you feel now the way you want to feel once you reach the goal, and you're not liking the strategy, right, and it's not letting you feel good, what's going to happen is you're not going to be consistent with it. If you're not living every day feeling the way you want to feel once you reach the goal, you're not going to consistently show up for things, right? So it's important for that consistency piece, which we know is the way to achieve a goal, right? That we enjoy our everyday life as we're working towards a goal, and that we also enjoy the process of how we're achieving the goal, right? But the enjoyment of the process can come from two different places. It can come from the actual actions that you're taking in the process, or sometimes we can't change the action. Sometimes there's only one action to take to get the goal, but we can change how we're doing the action, right? So in the example with Alyssa, it may be she comes up with a different way to move. It may not be in a gym, or maybe she hires a personal trainer so she can feel really confident, or maybe she, employs like a workout buddy that can show her a few things, or maybe she decides to, switch gyms, or maybe there's something right in there that she can do to allow herself to feel more confident in the execution of the process. Meaning, when she's saying, what can I do every day to feel confident right now as I try to step into health, she will attract more of what makes her feel confident, right? And then the process of getting healthy, if she's like, how can I implement this process in a way that allows me to feel confident, she's going to be more consistent for it. She's going to show up for it differently, with different energy and more consistently, meaning she's more likely to attract and finish the goal. And achieve the goal. Does that make sense, guys? So like with Patty, right, it's the same thing. If she wants to make $10,000 in a month, right, then what she needs to do is say, because it's going to make her feel peaceful or calm, we want with calm for Patty, then Patty needs to do two things. She needs to say, number one, what can I do to feel calm right now? What can I do to feel calm today? What's one thing I can do today to feel calm? She needs to ask herself that every day, and then she needs to do it, right? But then the second thing is the process that I'm implementing to achieve this goal of $10,000, is it calm? Like, do I feel calm when I'm executing this process, when I'm executing my strategy to make $10,000? If she doesn't feel calm, we need to look at that strategy and we need to adjust it. Does that make sense? With Kim, right? Kim said she wants to make $250,000 a year. She wants to work 30 hours a week, right? Okay, cool. Like she said, when she's working, we'll go with the 30 hours a week. She said when she's working 30 hours a week, she'll feel peaceful, right? So Kim needs to go, well, what's one thing I can do to feel peaceful today? She needs to ask herself that every day, and then she needs to do it. So she steps into peacefulness now to attract more of what will make her feel peaceful. But she also needs to look at her strategy, at her process, at how she's going about working 30 hours a week. Does that feel peaceful, or does it feel the opposite of peaceful? If she's trying to do everything and cramming it into 30 hours and feeling like she's letting things fall off the table or slip through the cracks, or she feels like she can't get it all done, or she's, you know what I mean? Like if she's feeling like that, that won't be good. She won't be able to be consistent with that strategy. So then we have to say, well, what are things that you can do in that strategy to allow working 30 hours a week, right, to feel peaceful? Or on your path to working 30 hours a week, what can we do to allow you to feel peaceful? So that might be putting support in place. That might be tweaking your schedule to do different things at different hours. That might be, right, does all of this make sense, guys? Are you guys following me? Do you see why it becomes important now to not only have a goal, but to back the goal with an intention? So the goal is the thing you want to do. The intention is how you're going to feel once you've reached the goal, but then you must take that feeling and incorporate it into your everyday right now and into the process that you're using to achieve the goal. That's what will allow you to show up consistently for the goal, because you will be feeling great about your day. You will be feeling great about your process, because you will be feeling now in your day and in your process the way you're wanting to feel, which is why you're working towards this goal in the first place, right? To feel that way. So when you can already feel it, and you don't have to wait for it, you're going to show up more consistently for it, and you're going to be more likely to achieve the goal, right? But yet this is something that people hear and they still never do. They just reach the goal. I want to sign a client. And they don't stop to say, but what's my intention behind it? And how can I create a day that already feels like that? And how can I create a process that feels like that? But if you do that, that's the difference maker, right? Because once you identify that, you can say, what do I need more, or what do I need less of to actually have that happen, right? So you can see where it's like, if you have a goal and reaching that goal will make you feel joyful, and you can say, what are some things that I can do every day to make me feel joyful? I can have fresh flowers around me. I could text a friend. I could listen to some upbeat music. I could read an old letter that I have. I could look through photos. I could whatever, right? You're going to have different things that you can do to feel joyful. But I can start going, okay, so these are things that make me feel joyful. So what do I need more of or less of in order to continue to feel joyful? Well, I need more plants in my house. I need less clutter. I need more healthy cooked meals because that makes me feel joyful. And I need less fast food because I don't feel joyful there. I need more fun journals to write in and less like scraps of paper. I need more. So you can say, what do I need more of in terms of like things around me? To do that, right? And also in the process, like with Kim, trying to, say, I feel peaceful. Once I'm working 30 hours a week, I feel peaceful. Then it's like, if the process of working 30 hours a week or getting to 30 hours a week doesn't feel peaceful, she's not going to get there. So we need to make the process feel peaceful. So then it's like, what do I need more of or less of in this strategy in order to feel peaceful around it? Well, I need more support, or I need more automation, or I need more clarification, or I need more time for me, or I need more exercise, or I need more whatever, or I need to, take out more admin work and put in more of this kind of work, or I need to honor my boundaries more, and I need to work, overtime less, or I need to. So you can ask yourself, what do I need more of or less of, right? And that can be things, but it can also be decisions, like what decisions do I need to make more of? What beliefs do I need to have more of? What thoughts do I need to have more of in order to feel in the process and in my day the way I want to feel, right? So you can take it to that level. So it's like, I have a goal, and then under the goal is, and here's how I'll feel whenever I reach the goal. That's your intention behind the goal. Then you say, but I can't wait. I can't wait to achieve that goal, right? Let's see if I can even write this down. Let's see if I have a piece of paper. You guys know me and my pieces of paper, right? Yeah, my pieces of paper. Okay, let's see. Let's say that you have I wish it would get sunny, guys. All right, so you have a goal, right? You have a goal. That's the thing you want to do, the goal. And then under the goal, you have an intention. So the goal is the thing you're doing, the thing to do, and the intention is how you'll feel when it's achieved. Okay, I wish I could write faster, guys. All right, so the goal is thing to do. The intention is how you'll feel when it's achieved, okay? But once you know that, then you have to say, okay, so how can I make every day, how can I feel that way? How can I feel that? That's number one. And then number two is, how can my process, sorry guys, I should have all this ready ahead of time. How can my process strategy allow me to feel that way? Okay, so we have the goal and then we have an intention, but you have to say every day, how can I feel that? How can I feel that now, right? And then how can my process or strategy allow me to feel that way? Meaning, right, for those two things, you can say, what do I need more or less of what decisions do I need to make? And then what beliefs do I need to have for this to be true? Does that make sense? What do I need more or less of for that? What decisions can I make and what beliefs? So if I want to, let's see, what are you guys saying? I'm putting in support to free up my schedule and to let me focus on specific and not all tasks. Perfect, Kim. Also, learning what exact questions to ask clients up front and details to share is important, and holding to boundaries. People push and I have to, yes. So setting those rules, setting those boundaries, setting those containers ahead of time so that you already have everything in front of you around how you'll react in different situations, right? Okay, so let's say that a goal is to make $100,000, okay? So let's say that's the goal. The goal is to make $100,000, and the intention will be, I don't know, will be peaceful. We'll say peaceful is the intention for this one, okay? So we're gonna say peaceful is the intention. So then we go every day, what can I do to feel peaceful? What's one thing I can do today to feel peaceful, right? And that might be light a candle or take a bubble bath or share something with my husband or meditate or take a nap or go to bed early or talk to my coach, right? Every time I talk to my coach, I feel peaceful. Talk to my coach, right? So those are things that I can do every single day to feel peaceful, okay? But then it's also my process. How can my process allow me to feel peaceful? So it could be I'm going to hire support. I'm going to have clear boundaries. I'm going to have a content strategy mapped out ahead of time. I'm going to have my marketing calendar mapped out ahead of time, because when things are done ahead of time, it feels what? It feels peaceful, right? When you're trying to scramble last minute, right? I'm going to have a clearly defined schedule, right? Because when I know when I'm doing things and how many sales calls I need in a week, and when I know all of that ahead of time, it feels peaceful because there's a place for everything, right? I'm going to schedule my life first, and I'm going to then put my business around it so that I'm working out, so that I'm eating well, so that I'm doing all of the things that will make me feel peaceful in my process, right? So now I know how to feel that way in my process. And then I can say, well, what do I need more or less of for all of this to be true, right? What do I need more or less of? Well, I need less working hours, and I need more delegation. I'm making this up because I delegate almost everything. I need more home cooked meals, and I need less takeout because takeout makes me feel stressed out and not peaceful, right? So takeout, I need less of. I need more good smelling candles, right? I need more good smelling candles, and I need less clutter. So that's a way that I can start identifying what do I need more of or less of, right? But then the other piece of that are what decisions can I make, right? So the decisions that I can make are to delegate. I can make a decision to say no to something, to say no to an event. I can make a decision to home cook dinners or to cook my own dinners every night. So I can write down the decisions that I need to make that be true. And then I can also write down the beliefs that I want to have, right? So the beliefs that I want to have to feel peaceful are things like time always expands for me. If I believe that I always have time to get done everything I want, right? So there's another belief. I always have enough time to do everything I want. Time always expands for me, right? Meaning if I take a 5-minute nap, because that's all I've got time for, I'm going to feel like I slept for days. I'm going to wake up feeling so rested because I believe that time always expands for me. So it will always feel spacious, even when it's not. I believe I have time to do everything I want to do. When I believe that, I don't have to stress out about not having enough time because I believe I always have time. I always have time to do everything that I want to do, right? I might also have a belief that done is better than perfect. If I believe that done is better than perfect, I'm not going to spend too much time on something. I'm going to easier delegate, right, something to somebody else. If I believe that I shine when others shine, right, or that I shine when I'm in my zone of excellence and that others shine when they're in their zone of excellence, I'm going to have an easier time delegating. Does that make sense? So now I can write down all the beliefs I need to have. And then what I'm able to do is like shower myself in those beliefs every day. I can write the decisions up on a piece of paper and put them in front of me so I'm never compromising my decisions. It's like, oh no, I can't do that. I've already decided I don't do that. I've already decided that's a no. I've already decided that's a yes. I've already decided this or that, right? And then I can purchase or surround myself with the things I need more of and get rid of the things I need less of for all of this to be true. Do you see how if you implement this whole process, you will show up consistently for what you're wanting to achieve with ease, and it will feel good. And the better it feels, the more likely you're going to show up, and the more likely you're going to show up, the more likely you're going to do things, you know, with consistency. And once you do it with consistency, what are you more likely to do? Achieve the goal. Let's see. Also, I'm creating a buffer between myself and my clients through my COO. Being the CEO and COO is not optimal. Yeah, like it's hard, right? There are a couple of different pieces. I do believe that right now, so there's a buffer between me and my clients, but because of COVID, I've taken some of that buffer away because that's no longer what people are really wanting, right? With COVID, they're wanting that connection and they're wanting that contact, but I still have boundaries around when you can get in touch with me, when you can have a meeting with me, what things have to happen, right? So I like to think of those more as boundaries and not so much a buffer anymore. It used to be the hot thing that you need 18 levels to get from, but now you don't need a buffer, you need boundaries around when, right? When people can have your time. But do you guys see this? I just want to make sure before I go that you guys understand this, right? That you need to say, what is the goal? What's the goal? What's my intention? How will I feel once this goal is achieved? Then whatever that feeling is, say, how can I feel that way right now? What's one thing that I can do today? And ask yourself this every day. What's one thing I can do today that's in alignment with my time and my money situation or whatever situation you have that will allow me to feel that way today on some level? And then what is my process for achieving this goal? What is my process, my strategy that I'm putting in place to achieve this goal? Does it allow me to feel, whether it's through the actions or how I'm doing the actions, right? Does it allow me to feel the way that way right now as well, right? And then after you know that, it's what do I need more or less of? What people, resources, things do I need more of or less of for these two things to be realized? And then what decisions do I need to make for these to be realized? And what beliefs do I need to have for these to be realized? And when you do that, you are way ahead of the curve and you're more likely to reach the goal. Are we clear there? What's going on in your head? Is this something that you've done? Are you excited to do it? Right? The beliefs then become your affirmations. The beliefs become the things you shout. If I really, truly, 100% believe, which I do, time always expands for me. I have plenty of time to do whatever I want. When I shine, others shine. When I stay in my zone of genius, everyone wins. I make plenty of money to the detriment of no one, right? The more I help people, the more that I succeed, right? These beliefs that I have would govern my decisions. If I believe those things to be true, then how I make a decision changes. If I have a decision around, okay, do I finish this Facebook Live video or do I go to my eyebrow appointment, right? It's going to be like, no, I have plenty of time to do everything I want. And I want to do the Facebook Live and I want to do an eyebrow appointment and it's all going to work out. In fact, I'm going to give you a really great example. I need to go to the dermatologist tomorrow. I don't know if you guys have been noticing. I was like, oh my God, I have like a little, I don't know if it's psoriasis or what. So gross, right? But whatever. I have this little spot, just kind of like dry and gross and itchy. So I'm finally going to the dermatologist about it, right? But the dermatologist was like, hey, we only have a spot at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Now I have clients scheduled all day tomorrow. I have a client at 9 in the morning, and then I have clients from like 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock tomorrow night, right? So I could freak out and be like, gosh, 10, there's no way that with a client session I can get there. I can get there by 10, and then I'm leaving town. So it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to go. But my decision is I have plenty of time to do everything I want. And time, or my belief is I have plenty of time to do everything I want, and time always expands for me. So knowing that I have plenty of time to do everything I want, and that time always expands for me, when they say we have a 10 o'clock available tomorrow, that Rita, who has those beliefs, says yes, right? So I said yes, and I truly believe that it'll all work out, that my 9 o'clock appointment will work out in some way. I don't know how yet, but it will. And that I will still not be in traffic, or I will still have plenty of buffer time by the time I get home to like serve my clients, right? So like, you see how if I didn't have those beliefs, I might have made a different decision. I might have said no because it will be too chaotic and things will be too crazy or whatever, right? And then it would be like, I'm just going to have to live with this problem for like another week till I get back from out of town, right? So when you know this is so important. These are the difference makers. Did my beliefs for this in my relationships with others? Oh, cool. I love that. I love that. So I just want to make sure before I hop off, how are you guys feeling about this? Are you going to do this for your goal, right? Like, Patty, can you do this for $10,000? Like, I make $10,000 and I do it while feeling what? Like the way you want to feel when you've reached 10,000 peaceful. I do it while feeling peaceful. So what are things that I can do in some way, shape, or form in alignment with my money and time energy? One thing I can do every day, you can brainstorm your ideas ahead of time that will allow me to feel peaceful. And then what is my process for going about how am I building awareness? How am I nurturing relationships? How am I having sales calls? Like, does that process feel peaceful? Right? And what can I do to make sure it feels peaceful? So then when you know what you want to do every day to feel peaceful, and you know what feels peaceful or doesn't feel peaceful in your process of trying to get clients to make $10,000 a month, then you can say, what do I need more of or less of in my life? What do I need more or less of in my business? What beliefs do I need to have? And how will those beliefs govern my decisions around things that pop up as I'm going after this goal? Are we cool? Are you good there? What? I just want to know your thoughts. Like, is this like, aha, is this good? Is this exciting? Is this overwhelming? Does this feel like a missing piece for you guys? Now, I don't know how many of you bought Power Sheets, right? Power Sheets are still on sale, but they're starting to sell out, guys. Power Sheets is the intentional goal setting planner that I use. The link is in a couple of other posts in this group. I'll put the link in the description and in the comments after we're done. But what I love about the Power Sheets process and why it works is it has you get intentional before you ever reach a goal. And then in the process of reaching the goal, it connects you with your intention, right? On what you're doing to reach the goal so that you stay focused, not to this level, but like in a way that you can easily build off of that for this level. Does that make sense? So how many of you have bought Power Sheets? Tell me again, say I bought my Power Sheets, or if you're gonna buy Power Sheets, tell me you're gonna buy them. If you haven't and you don't know what they are, say I don't know what they are, and I'll drop the link for you so you can check it out, right? Kim says helpful, a little overwhelming. So Kim, just start on the slow basis, right? The way I started this was just, okay, like how will I feel once I reach this goal? What's one thing I can do today to feel like that right now? What's one thing I can do today to feel right now? And then just do a check-in with, is my process, is my strategy feeling the way I want to feel, or does it feel really different? And if it feels really different, I need to talk to my coach about why, and I need to come up with a new process, or I need to take new actions, right? Patty bought Power Sheets. That's right. Patty bought her Power Sheets. Yay. I love it. I love my Power Sheets. I love them. Let's see, please drop the link. I will drop my affiliate link, guys. Just FYI, it's my affiliate link, meaning I get a trust me, very small percentage of each sale. But I'm an affiliate for Power Sheets only after using them myself for so many years. And I never was going to become an affiliate until my friend was like, what are you doing? You do all these free trainings, you do all of this stuff about Power Sheets, and you're not an affiliate? And then I became an affiliate. If you missed my goal setting training last week and want to see peaks of inside Power Sheets, those are all pinned as announcements to the group. So you can go check those out. Jennifer, yay. Oh, good. I was wondering if yours got there. So yay, yours got there yesterday. You were the citrus garden gal. I love it. I love it. I'm looking forward to December when I help everybody who got power sheets like fill out their power sheets and go through it. All right, that's it. Do you guys have any questions about what I talked about? I don't want you to feel so overwhelmed you feel like you can't do this. I gave you the whole picture, but I want you to know I didn't start with the whole picture, right? What I started with was realizing that I need to know before I start reaching a goal how I'm intending to feel once I've reached it, the experience that I want to have. And it's more than a feeling. You can even say, what's the experience I want to be having? Like, once I'm making six figures in my business, right, I knew that I wanted to be, the experience I wanted to be having was to be cultivating relationships, to be working out, to be feeling peaceful, right? So then I can just say, well, what can I do right now to cultivate a relationship? What can I do right now to prioritize my health? What can I do right now to feel peaceful? If you don't do anything else, you don't do anything else in this process, and you only do that, that's a game changer. So it's what's the goal? How do I want to feel, and what's the experience that I want to be having once I've reached the goal? And how can I have those experiences and that feeling right now? Because by allowing yourself to have those experiences and that feeling right now, you will attract people, resources, opportunity, and things that will bring more of that to you. If you're not, right, if once you reach a goal, you're prioritizing your health, but you're not prioritizing your health now, you're not going to be able to suddenly prioritize your health once you reach your goal, because the entire process depended on you not prioritizing your health. So we need to make sure you're prioritizing your health in some way every day, so that the process of reaching the goal already prioritizes your health, so that when you reach it, you can do it, and you can do it more, right? So if you don't do anything else, just do that piece. All right. And guys, today, in the post today, I showed you my seasonal intentions. And what I do this on a seasonal level, because I really believe that what we need more or less of changes as the season changes, right? So I kind of say, what's my intention for this season? And the way that I decided I really wanted to feel this season is connected. So then I was able to say, okay, so what do I need more of or less of to feel connected? To feel connected in my business, to feel connected to myself, to feel connected to my husband, to feel connected to other people. Like, what is it that I need more of or less of to feel the connection that I'm looking to feel in the way that I'm looking to feel it? And I was able to come up with just a few things, and I shared all of that in a post today, so you can find that. And I can't wait. I want to know what is it. Tell me in the comments your goal, your intention behind the goal, and one thing you can do today to feel that way right now, or to have that experience right now. Okay. And I will, I'll catch you guys next week for another Facebook Live every Wednesday. Facebook Live, guys, 9 a.m. every Wednesday. Just put it in your calendar. I love showing up and being here for you on Wednesday morning. So take care, everyone. I will talk to you all later. I will come back. If you're watching on replay, I'll reply to all the comments. No worries. I'll drop the link to Power Sheets in here, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye, everybody.